What is going on, everybody? Got him again here. Today we are bringing you the mid of 2025 farming guide. A little overdue, but we're not going to address that. But we do have 5 points of the farming guide which we want to hit. These are the 5 most important things, in my opinion, for any new account, and that is going to be first, Executor. First and foremost, I think anyone would be a fool to think otherwise. It's the most important milestone for a new player. Second is going to be to make sure that you're able to do all the assault battles, because you want to make sure you're getting an income of chirotex every month. That's going to be incredibly helpful for your account for the rest of time. So good. The third thing is you're going to want a Galactic Legend. Doesn't even matter which Galactic Legend, truly. You just need a Galactic Legend for your roster. Every Galactic Legend is a Galactic Legend at the end of the day. Third most important thing. Fourth thing is you want to have a non-Galactic Legend Galactic Legend counter. If your opponent has 2 Galactic Legends and you use yours to beat the first one, you don't have anything to beat the second, you're really screwed. So you want to make sure you have that as the fourth thing. And then the fifth thing is you want to make sure you're able to have a non-S tier fleet be able to beat an S tier fleet, specifically Executor, because most people have Executor. So with those 5 things being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into the farming guide. So first team we have here is going to be our Phoenix team with Krex. I don't think there's any debate about that. The strongest first team in the game, hands down. You want to get all those members up and rolling, even though I just have the 5 listed here. They're going to give you Emperor Palpatine and Grand Admiral Thrawn. The double unlock is really nice. So then for our dark side team, we have the Iden Troopers. I like them a little better than the Veers Troopers, in my opinion. The other 4 characters you can get are just dirt cheap. She takes literal garbage and lifts them up the floor, lift them up off the floor, which is so handy. And that'll also give you an assault battle as well as unlocking R2D2, which is great. Now, if you see my other farming guides, you know I typically go Geos in the 3rd slot. However, we're going to kind of throw a bit of something in the mix, whatever that expression is. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, we really just want to get these 2 characters up and going ASAP. Their assault battle is the best in the entire game, so you want to make sure you're getting them as soon as possible. Not to mention they also, in the first few tiers, they also give you shards to help unlock the character, which kind of boosts their farm, which is really nice. And also, general rule of thumb, I typically don't farm any characters to relic except the Executor requirements. First and foremost, these 2 would be the only exception to that because their assault battle just gives you insane rewards. So you can do that if you want. Typically, I just advise to relic the Executor requirements first, but that's okay with these 2. So now we have the unsung heroes, the things we want to make sure that we're getting into the account that don't really have a team, the solo characters, if you will. Wampa solos, Savage solos, Mara Jade you want with Emperor Palpatine. They can be at no gear and run a turn meter train, which is great. Don't know why he's here, to be honest. Probably should have taken him out. Whoops. And then our TIE Fighter pilot, you're going to need him for Executor at Relic 5, so don't forget about him, even though he doesn't really have a great team to be on. Now we have our bugs, which will give you Wat Tambor, and also make sure you're in a good guild to where you're getting good rewards. That's going to be really important for a new account as well. Get into a good guild ASAP. You typically need to have Geos to be in a decent guild. So you want to make sure you're able to do that. My God, I got to drink water, sorry. Ugh, goodness. All right, now we have the other bounty hunters and scoundrels that we're going to need for both Beskar Mando and Executor. So, and not to mention that'll also give you the credit heist, which is nice. Credits are still a crunch early on in the game. Obviously, once you pass that, it's never a crunch again. However, you are going to need them early on, so that's nice. Not to mention, you get a ton from this assault battle as well, which is great. That'll give you both Chewbacca and Beskar Mando. Definitely want to relic Beskar Mando, even though he isn't a requirement for Executor, but you are going to want him at least at Relic 7 for that fleet to be able to function, as well as Cad Bane as well. Now we're going to pick up Veers for our Imperial Troopers team. I do have ISC and Gar listed here, in addition to Dark Trooper. If you've seen my video on the ISC Gar team with Veers, you know how good this team is. Not to mention they also have a ship, which is very nice as well. So make sure you get these guys. It's up to you whether or not you go the ISC and Gar variant. I'd recommend it, but you don't have to. They're just really, really good. Now I also have the Sith team, which will give you yet another assault battle, which is great. And this will also give you the Darth Treya team, which is so good. This team is so prevalent in the early game. It is a monstrous team to defeat without a Galactic Legend. So this is Darth Treya, Scion, Nihilus, Talon, and Savage, which we already have Savage. listed earlier. So you can go with Darth Talon. You don't have to for the team to function. However, she typically is the best fifth for that lineup. And that'll also give you another assault battle, which is great. Now at this stage, if you just relic all the prior characters that are needed for Executor, all of them will be listed, so you'll be able to get yourself that Executor. You can bring Piet up to Relic 9, up to you. It makes the mirror match a lot easier. But anyways, now that we have Executor, we're actually going to pick up our CLS. A lot of people go CLS prior to Executor. I don't really know why, to be honest. I don't really think it's that strong. I find it better to get him after the fact. Then we're going to go our Ewoks with Nisa, because she makes the event so much easier. That'll give us C-3PO, and then there's our CLS team. So quick recap up to this point, we have accomplished the first goal, which is to just get Executor. So now we're going to make sure we're able to do the assault battles. So this will give us another assault battle, and the next team we have is going to be the Night Sisters. Now this team is really, really, really good. Not to mention the fact that their performance is good, but they will also be able to give you 2 assault battles. If you go Captain Enoch, then you're going to be able to take him and these 2 troopers to do the second best assault battle in the game, the Peridia Assault. And then you're also going to be able to do the Night Sisters assault battle. Even though Phoenix can do it too, you're not going to be able to beat the challenge tier unless you have them at super high relics. So this will give you the second, the Night Sisters assault battle. So that's going to be 2 assault battles, which is basically great. And that's pretty much all of the... Yeah, you got a little sneak peek there at the next team. But that's pretty much going to give you all the assault battles. You'll have to do the Tusken Raider or Inquisitor one. That one's only going to be the one that's not on here. That's just too expensive. And then Tuskens are just, you can do that if you want to, but typically you just want to go Inquisitors, but they're really expensive. Anyways, now we have Sith Eternal on this account, which if you've seen my other videos, you know I'm kind of a Sith Eternal hater, so this is probably really weird. However, I've kind of come around to the guy. He is a Galactic Legend at the end of the day. All Galactic Legends are Galactic Legends, type beat. And the best thing that he does is that he's going to be able to be your counter to the Darth Treya team. He's just going to be able to solo it. This is because in her Omicron, if there are no enemy dark side Galactic Legends present. So that's how strong Darth Treya is in the early game, is that I literally decided to go my least favorite Galactic Legend, like, ever, to recommending him first, just because he's the cheapest. He's going to be able to beat that team. And that's pretty much that, you know? He is a Galactic Legend at the end of the day. So we're going to get him. I'm also going him on my main account right now. Fun fact, I'm about done, which is nice. But, let's go ahead and go back to here. But yeah, that's also going to give you the 3rd point in the 5 points, which, again, sneak peek of the next thing. This will be point number 4. It's going to give you a non-Galactic Legend counter, is going to be Balin Skull. And the best Galactic Legend he's going to be able to counter is JMK, which is really, really great. Having a JMK counter early on is super, super nice. Not to mention he's going to be able to beat a team like Rey as well and stuff like that. So he's going to be really, really good for your roster. Not to mention we already have Great Mothers, already have Morgan Elsbeth. You'll have Thrawn unlocked from earlier, and then you'll just need these couple characters to get Balin Skull, which, coming back to the other assault battle, that'll be your first Inquisitor. So you just got to pick up a few others to be able to do the assault battle. So there you go. And now we're going to go for point number 5, which is going to be to get the non-S tier capital ship to be able to counter Executor. Really, the only 2 counters right now are like the Executrix, but that one's just too expensive because that one you need the Scythe and the TIE Interceptor. The Negotiator, you just need a bunch of ships at decent relics that are all pretty relatively accessible. So the nice thing is with Sith Eternal Farm as well is that you're already going to have him at Relic 7, Jedi Knight Anakin, that is. So that kind of starts your farm, and then from there you just want to make sure you're able to get the rest of the ships that you need to be able to counter the Executor, and then that'll be all 5 points. So really from here the world is your oyster. Anything I really recommend at this stage will pretty much be outdated by the time you reach this point in the guide, you know, pretty much probably. I would recommend Jabba. My personal preference, that would just be because his mod event that comes around every so often gives you a ton of rewards that's so nice for your account. And he also has a lot of like exclusive territory battle missions and stuff like that. The requirements for him are pretty good as well, but mostly it's those, kind of the same reason you want to go to the assault battles. It's the passive income from his events that makes him so, so good. Best PvE Galactic Legend in the game, hands down. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the mid-2025 farming guide. Thank you for watching. I would say I'd upload soon, but I don't know when that's going to happen. I do have some stuff going on. But anyways, if you want to go ahead and join my Discord, my community is in there. Make sure to join my Discord. I will leave a link to that in the description. And otherwise, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out.